This is what I would do if I had to start wholesaling all over again. What's up YouTube, it's Matt here. Welcome back to my channel. Learning from other people's mistake is key in this business. And so by listening about what I would do differently, or if I would start today in 2026, these are the things I would do differently. Because yes, I can go back to when I got my first deal in 2019 and tell you all, this is what I would do differently. But 2019 is extremely different than 2026. We had a pandemic in between. We have higher interest rates. The stock market is at all-time high. And then also the real estate market is actually slowing down a little bit. So this is what I would do differently if I had to start all over again. So number one is that I would definitely this time around see what I can do to meet more people. I would definitely network more. I would meet more wholesalers, especially the big ones in town, because they can help you find cash buyers to sell your deal. And even though you'd be splitting the assignment fee, sometimes because they have such a large buyer pool, they'll be able to get a higher assignment fee. And in some cases, you can actually make more money with them as opposed to going to a local person. They see you're a beginner, they're going to be like, no, I can't buy this. And you end up making $5,000, where as opposed to if you worked with a larger wholesaler in town, they can find someone who can sell it for $20,000 assignment fee and you all split it. So network more. I would definitely network more, get to know more people, put your face around and tell them what you're doing and get to know one another. And don't always think about, okay, this is my deal, this is my money, I don't want to share this with anybody. Sometimes just making that connection is better than not doing anything at all, or just keeping yourself or keeping all the money to yourself. Because I think in the long term, the connections that you make will last you longer than just the money that you make in this business. The other thing I would do differently if I had to start wholesaling real estate again is to start to systemize early on. I think what for me, I was just on that hustle grind, and so yeah, I was using Google Sheets. Even though it was sort of organized, I should have went into a CRM, or I was sending out mailers, doing different things, but I never automated it. I never necessarily started hiring people. And I think after maybe 2 or 3 deals, you need to start taking that upon yourself to start delegating a lot of the tasks. And I think that's important for a beginner. Yes, I think in the first deal or two, just hustle, don't think about the process or the system. Yes, have it in the back of your mind, but in the beginning, get that first deal and learn the process. Feel that, all of that happening in your brain and just the process and everything. So looking back, I think I should have, after maybe deal 3, start to implement those right away. And by the way, you all, I'm fully transparent on this channel. And right now, my goal with wholesaling was to get into rentals, do some flips, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm not necessarily wholesaling right at this moment. Yes, I'm doing things that, you do in wholesaling in order to find off-market deals, but I'm keeping the properties myself, or I'm flipping them. If a deal comes in a great wholesale deal, yeah, I'll wholesale it. But it's been a while since I've actually wholesaled. So, and I know a lot of people online, they may or may not tell you that they're actively working in this business. Either they have the business running in the background, or they're not doing, they've done some deals before and they're now teaching, or they're in different parts. So I just want to be fully transparent with that. But I think because of my experience and because I'm working in real estate, I'm able to still teach you all the different practices that you need to implement right now to get that very first wholesale deal. Now, another thing I would do differently, I think looking at 2026, something differently I would do right now is that I think because of the way the economy is shaped right now, we have a lot of big companies coming into wholesale real estate. We have a lot of competition, I would say, and people just throwing capital into marketing. I think one of the best ways to differentiate yourself is to be that local wholesaler, to be that person that will actually show up to your property and look at your property face to face. Because yeah, we have AI, we have all these virtual wholesalers, we have all of these big companies, but when you're able to say, hey, yeah, I know about that spot over there, to a seller, that hits differently. And so I think if I would start wholesaling right now, I would definitely try to do that local feel. I'm not saying that virtual is not working, because I think it is working, and I'll go on into that a little bit more later in this video. But I think having that local feel is important right now, because especially a lot of your potential sellers will be older clients and they're already hesitant about AI and technology and everything. And so when you're able to provide that traditional customer service, that traditional sales process, they respond better. And so make sure if you're able to wholesale in your city that you're able to meet them in person, you're able to talk to them on the phone and see them face to face, or hire someone someone to do that for you. So that's something I would definitely do. Another thing, if I had to start over in wholesaling, is that I would look more into virtual wholesaling. I know I just said, that personal touch is important, but I'm thinking about people who are in those big cities like LA, San Francisco, New York City, even some big cities in Atlanta or like in the South or in Texas. But I think virtual wholesaling, but also especially looking for properties on the market. So that's what I mean when I say virtually wholesaling, because I think the MLS, houses are sitting longer right now. This is why it's different in 2026 than 2019 or 2020 or 2021, because houses will fly like this off MLS. But now you can literally find deals on market, and this was unheard of. And I think that's the biggest change that's happening in 2026, is that you're finding these deals on market. Because how many deals? I bought 2 properties last year and they were both on the MLS. So I could have wholesaled them, but I decided to keep them. Like I was talking about earlier, this is my strategy right now. So I flipped one of them and then I held one of them, and I was able to get them at a big discount. One of them was listed for around, I think, $250 originally. They had some price drops, but I ended up buying that property for $165,000. I could have wholesaled it for $170, $175 possibly to someone. And then another property was listed at $240. I was able to get it to $200. It was a decent area of town. So now that property appraised for $330 and I'm keeping it as a rental. So these different things that you're noticing on the market in the economy, this can impact how you're wholesaling right now, right? Think about what's happening in the economy and see how you can use that information in order to wholesale real estate. So that's something I would definitely do. Go on market, look at properties that's been listed for over 60 days. It's been sitting on the market. Do they need some repairs? Does it look like a good area of town? Do some Google Maps of the street. Why isn't it selling? Then speak with the realtor and see what you can do in order to wholesale this property. See if they're a wholesaler friendly agent. And essentially you let them know what you're doing. So say, hey, I have some buyers who are interested. This is what I want to do. And you have an end buyer. You just say, hey, I need to put this clause in the agreement that this is and or assigns, or this contract is assignable. Essentially that's what they're needing. And then just talk to them too about the EMD. Talk to them about, hey, for the EMD, this is what I can do. Maybe it's 500, maybe it's 1,000, maybe it's 0, but letting them know this is the process, and we need a day where we can have all our investors come, which are your end buyers, to look at that property. And so that's something I would do differently right now. I think that's a gold mine, really, going on Zillow, going on the MLS, and seeing these properties that have been listed for a long time that need repair. People are wanting to sell. Even my flip that I sold recently, it sat on the market for about 5 to 6 months. And so sell those properties, look at these properties. That's something I would do differently. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video on different things I would do differently in wholesale real estate. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll talk to you all later.